أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. With Islamic transaction, we reach to issue number 1960, and still we are dealing with the issues of the zakah. Issue number 1960, if a woman who has contracted temporary marriage, not permanent, temporary marriage, زواج عقد مؤقت, متعة, is poor. If a woman who has contracted temporary marriage is what? Is poor. That woman, she is what? She is poor woman. Her husband and others can give her zakat. So her husband can give this woman zakah. How it comes? If somebody asks the woman, her needs is from her husband, it is obligatory on her husband to give her money. But with temporary marriage, something different. It is not obligatory on the husband to pay the wife of mut'ah what her needs of money. For this, if she is poor with not temporary marriage, if she is what? If with temporary marriage contract, if the wife she is poor, the husband can give her what? Can give her the zakat. Her husband and others can give her zakat. But if the contract had a condition that the husband would maintain her for her expenses. Okay. Now the marriage is temporary. The contract marriage is what? Is temporary. But there is a condition. She asked the husband that he has to maintain all her expenses. Are you following me? Yes. Now, this husband, he has a temporary contract with this poor wife, okay? But this poor wife, while they are writing the temporary or making the temporary contract, she said, you should, I made this contract, temporary contract with you, but you should maintain all my expense. كل مصاريفي أنت تتحملها بشرط إنه أعقد عليك متعة ولكن كل مصاريفي أنت تتحملها. Is this understood? Okay. Now, this husband, he has what? He has zakah money. Now, is it allowed for him to give the zakat money to this wife? No. Why? Because you just said it is allowed for the husband with a temporary contract to give his wife if she is poor. We said yes, that's right. Unless that the wife, she made a condition in the contract that you should maintain all my expenses. In this case, he has to pay all her expenses and not allowed for him to, or the others, to what? To give her from zakat. لأنه that's right. That's right. So, or if it is obligatory on the husband for some other reason to maintain her expense and he fulfills the obligation, zakah cannot be given to her. Or it is not a condition. It is not a condition, but it is obligatory on the husband to maintain her expense. Not there is a condition, but he promised her. Not a condition, but he promised her. He told her that I'm going to maintain all your expense. And she is what? She is poor. And he has zakah. Now, the question, is it allowed for this husband to maintain his wife expense from zakah or to give her from zakah? No, it is not allowed. Why? Because it is obligatory on him to maintain her expense with a condition in temporary contract or with other reason. Have you got this? I think it is understood. Ya Allah. Issue number 1961. A wife can give zakah to her husband who may be poor, even if the husband may in turn spend the zakah for her being his wife. Now we have the opposite of the foregoing issue. Now the husband is poor. The husband is poor. Okay? And the wife is what? Is rich. Now, is it obligatory on the wife to spend on her husband? No, it is not. Okay. Now, the wife, she has zakat money. And she wants to give this zakat money to the poor. Her husband is what? Is a poor person. So it is allowed to give her husband the zakah? Yes, it is allowed. Okay. But the husband is going to spend the money on his wife. How it comes? He said it is okay. It is allowed. It is allowed. You see how clever this wife? She is giving her zakat money to whom? To her husband, her poor husband. And her poor husband, it is obligatory on him to maintain his wife's expense. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Issue number 1962. A Sayyid cannot take zakah from a non-Sayyid. Sayyid, if a poor Sayyid and there is a man, non-Sayyid, and he wants to pay zakah, so it is not allowed for a non-Sayyid to give the zakah for whom? For Sayyid. However, if khums and other religious dues are not sufficient to meet the expense, yes, to meet the expenses of a Sayyid, and he has no alternative, only to take from where? From zakah. He may take zakah from a non-Sayyid.
Maybe the khums is due to the share of Imam and the Sayyid is connected to this.
No, look, Shaykhana, you have to differentiate between khums and zakah. We have Sayyid, a poor Sayyid, okay? He deserves the share of Sahib al-Zaman.
Yes.
All right, khums al-sada, sorry, khums al-sada. He deserves khums al-sada. He can't take khums al-sada from Sayyid or non-Sayyid. We have no discussion in this issue. Our discussion is in where? Is in zakah. Pay attention. Not in khums. Because as you know, that the khums is divided in two shares. One share to Sahib al-Zaman, the other share to Sada. Have you got this? We are not talking about this. We are talking about the zakah. The zakah money. Now, I have a poor Sayyid, and I am not a Sayyid. All right? I have zakah money. And this poor Sayyid, he took money, he took his share from where? From khums al-sada. He took share from khums al-sada. All right? But this khums al-sada is not enough for him. Is not enough to meet his expenses. So, is it allowed for him to take zakat from me? Yes, only in this case. Only in this case, it is allowed to take zakah from the non-Sayyid. I think this is understood. Good. Any other question? No question? Issue number 1963. Zakah can be given to a person about whom one is not sure whether he is a Sayyid or not. Now, I have zakah and I am not Sayyid. So I should give alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi. Alaykum as-salam wa amur habib. Now, I have zakah. I have zakah. Now, this zakah, I have a poor person, but actually this poor person, I don't know whether he is Sayyid or non-Sayyid. Now, shall I give him the zakah or not? Shall I give him the zakah or not? So Sistani said, yes, zakah can be given to a person about whom one is, that whom is the owner of the zakah, the giver of the zakah, about whom one is not sure whether he is a Sayyid or not. For example, for me, this person identity, whether he is Sayyid or non-Sayyid, I don't know. But I know he is what? He is a poor person. He deserves what? He deserves zakah. But I don't know whether he is Sayyid or not Sayyid. And I am not Sayyid. Can I give him from zakah? Yes. I can give him from zakat money. But pay attention. If I know him that he is Sayyid, I cannot give him what? I cannot give him zakah. Only in the previous case. Only in the previous case that he took from khums, but it does not meet his expense. In this case, I can't give him. Inshallah, this is understood. Yeah. All right. Now the intention of zakah. What shall I say? Or not what shall I say? What shall I put in my mind when I give the zakah? It needs to have intention or not. Before I go through discussing these issues of the intention, now my question here, is zakah, it is a worship act or not? Who can answer me? Yes, Sheikh Faz. It is a worship act. It is a worship act. And a worship act needs intention or not? It needs intention. So put it in your mind, this. Issue number 1964. A person should give zakah with the intention of qurba. Look, so we need intention. When we give zakah, we need intention. Not just we throw it and that's it. No, there must be intention. What is the intention? What is the title of this intention? The title of this intention is what? Is qurba ila Allah Ta'ala. That is, what is? To comply with the pleasure of Almighty Allah. نية القربة إلى الله تعالى. أعطي هذه الزكاة قربة إلى الله تعالى. قربة طاعة إلى الله تعالى. And he should specify in his niyyah. He should specify, that means to mention in his niyyah, whether he is giving the zakat on his wealth or zakat al-futra. That means he has to differentiate. He has to distinguish. This is zakat al-futra, or this is what? This is zakat of my wealth. علي أنه أحدد أنه هذه الزكاة اللي أدفعها هل هي زكاة المال، زكاة الغنم، زكاة الغلات الأربعة، or هي زكاة شنو؟ زكاة الفطرة. I have to mention this. Also, I shall repeat this. And he should, look, he should. This is a verdict. This is a verdict, not recommended. He should specify in his niyyah whether he is giving the zakat on his wealth or zakat al-fitra. Also, if it is obligatory on him to give zakat on wheat and barley, look, and he has to mention. And also, if it is obligatory on him to give zakat on wheat and barley, and if he wants to pay a sum of money equal to the value of zakat, he should specify whether he is paying in lieu of wheat or barley. Now, if he pays zakah from barley, the harvest, the crops of barley, doesn't matter. Okay, this is the zakah of this barley. But if he decided to give money instead of the sum of the zakah of barley or wheat, he should mention that this sum, this money is instead of what? Instead of the zakah of barley. Or it is instead of the zakah of what? Of wheat. This sum of money. So he has to mention. Why? I repeat again. Why he should mention this? Because it is a worship act. And a worship act needs intention. Okay, I make intention. This is zakah. Not only that, I have to distinguish which kind of zakah is this. It is instead of what? Which harvest, which crops it is. I have to mention this. If you do not have a question, yes, of course, take the mic, please.
About the niyyah, is it good to perform the niyyah by utterance or by silence?
Good.
And the second question.
Yes.
Of course, in the Eid al-Fitr, for example, the Zakat al-Fitr, for example, to be on the stage. I don't, for example, if I don't say it, this is Zakat al-Fitr, because you know, in the shrine of Imam Hussein, or they put that
The
box,
green box and
to
white
put it in
boxes. Yes.
So when I put the zakah, for example, if I forgot to say it, zakat al-fitra, it's already for zakat al-fitra. If I forget to say it, zakat al-fitra, because we have Eid and I should, is it good for me and is it enough for me? This is the second question.
I think your second question is as the same as the first question. We should, what a kind of, or how we can perform or present the intention. It doesn't matter. You can say the intention by word, utter it, or you can keep it in your mind, but you know what you are doing. Doesn't matter. Even if you are not keeping in your mind, but you know what you are doing, this is intention. This is intention.
Yeah.
This is part one, or this is the answer of question number one. The answer of the second question, that when you put this money in this box without saying, without doing anything, now you already have the intention. Why? Because what is the motive which led you to bring the money and put it in this box? You want to pay zakat for it. This is the intention. This is the intention.
Yeah.
It is the same. It is the same. If somebody, what he is saying, I didn't say that I am أصلي صلاة المغرب قربة طاعة إلى الله تعالى. I ask him, what you are doing? He said, I'm praying. What you are praying? He said, I'm praying Maghrib prayers. That is, you know what you are doing, so this is the intention. All right?
All right. Just a question comes to my mind, which is about the second issue, about the previous issue, sorry. Is it okay, recommended maybe, or I should give zakah for someone, and we took this, not to investigate about the identify of the person. Is it he is Sayyid or not? Is he poor? I give the zakah. For example, the second time, if I know that this person do bad things, for example, I should stop giving this. So, is it I should investigate about to make sure, especially nowadays, you know.
Sheikhna, yes, Sheikhna. First of all, now I see this person is a poor person. I know him. My mind, all the situation, it gives me the signs that he is a poor person. Number one. So, shall I know that he is, we're talking about zakah. Shall I give him the zakah? I don't know whether he is said or not. Yes, give him zakah. Doesn't matter. There is no need to investigate. All right? The other thing, nowadays, with the much and more people whom they deceive and pretend to be they are poor, but they are not in reality, so I have to check. Because if I didn't give the khums or zakah to the poor person and he is not a poor person, I have to give it again.
For example, the last thing, if I took your time, sorry.
Yes.
The last thing, if I have the money for the zakah, I'm ready to pay it for the right person, but I need this money, for example, for my money, for my family, for
this is not your
situation.
Money. Shaykhana, this is not your money. This is the right of faqir, haqq al-faqir. This is not your money.
What about it for my family in need? In need.
This is not your money. Put it in your mind. This is not our money. This is the money of the poor person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it us to send it to the poor person. Khalas. It is not my money.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Yes, really we should think in this way. Really we should think in this way. If we think in this way, everything will be okay. Yes, Sheikh Faz.
I remember I read something about the verbal and non-verbal intention. The scholars say that the non-verbal intention is enough. And they explain it, they say that if he was asked about the deed or about the act, he would answer with details.
Yes.
It's just like when you go to school, for example, you don't need to talk to yourself saying that I am going to school and I'm working right now. It's just like you have a heart intention, non-verbal, and that's enough for the intention, as far as I remember.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. Thank you. This is right. Issue number 1965. If a person becomes liable to pay zakah, he has money, so now his money or the wheat, date, grapes are reached to be liable to pay zakah on various items like sheep, camels, dates, wheat, so on. Various items. And he gives a part of zakah without making niyyah of any of those items. Look. He has wheats to pay zakah on. And he has grapes to pay zakah on. He has dates to pay zakah on. He paid zakah, but he does not mention this zakah of the wheat or of the date or of the grape. Now, is it okay or not? In the foregoing issue, you said you should mention the zakah for wheat or the zakah for grape. Now, if the thing which is let me repeat it. If a person becomes liable to pay zakah on various items and he gives a part of zakah, not all of zakah, without making niyyah of any of those items, if he gave all the zakah, doesn't matter. Now he gave part of the zakah, and without mentioning this part, it is about the wheat or it is about the date. He doesn't mention that. If the thing which he has given is of the same class as any of those items, that means the same the same amount of date, the same amount of grapes, the same amount of wheat, and he pays zakah, and this amount, this sum of the zakah is equivalent to each one of them, it will be reckoned to be zakah on that very commodity. Now, if they are they are different in sums. They are different in sums. And now he pays zakah which is enough for one of them. For example, the sum of the zakah which he has paid, it is for what? It is for wheat. But he also has to pay for grapes and date. But he doesn't mention this sum of zakah instead of wheat. But the amount is the same of wheat. It doesn't matter. It is reckoned that it is what? It is belong to the zakah of wheat. For instance, you understand what I said? Did you understand what I said? Yes.
Maybe there is a confusion between the obligatory intention and if it is not obligatory. That's the confusion we have.
We mention it is obligatory on him to mention.
Yeah.
intention. All right? But what had happened here? Huh? No, he doesn't mention. He should mention, but he doesn't mention. This is number one. Number two, he has to pay the zakah of the three matters or of the three items. But he pays zakah only for one item. But he doesn't mention that this zakah for what? For wheat, or for crops, or for grapes. Now, what shall we do? We ask, how much is this zakah? He said, this zakah amount, it is only for wheat. Okay, this zakah is for wheat, even if you do not say.
Do you mean that his general intention that this money is for zakah, but
Not specific. Ahsant.
comes that it fits one of the items?
You're right. Absolutely, you're right. Absolutely, you're right. So, for instance, if it is obligatory on a person to pay zakah on 40 sheep and on 15 misqals of gold, and he gives one sheep as a zakah without any specified need of either sheep or gold, it will be treated to be zakah on sheep. Why? Because one sheep is the zakah of what? Of the 40 sheep. Is this understood? Good. Do you have a question, Sheikhna? Sheikh Haidar? Okay. But if he gives some silver coins or bank notes which does not belong to either class, as it is neither sheep nor gold, it is a matter of ishkal. He has to pay either what? Either gold for zakat gold, or to pay sheep for zakat sheep. But this person, what he does, he paid silver, and this silver neither for gold nor for what? Nor for sheep. What is now the solution? As it is neither sheep nor gold, it is a matter of ishkal. And the zakah will not be considered as paid. Subhanallah. The zakah is not considered as paid. But he has to do what? To repay again. Why? Because you have to pay either gold for the gold zakah, or to pay sheep for the sheep zakah. But what he pays? He pays money. He pays date. And money and date, he doesn't have date or money to pay zakah for. So it considered he hasn't paid any zakah, and he has to pay again. This is understood? Issue number 1966. If a person appoints someone as his representative to give away the zakah, I mention Sheikh Faiz, my representative, to give my zakah, okay, of his property, he should, while handing over zakah to the representative, while handing the zakah to Sheikh Faiz, make niyyah that whatever his representative will later give to a poor is zakah. That my intention, what Sheikh Faiz is going to pay, it is what? It is zakah. And it is better that his niyyah remains constant. Constant, you know what's what? Continue. Yes. Constant till zakah reaches the poor. My intention should what? Should continue that whatever Mr. Fa is going to pay is what? is the zakah. Is the zakah. And this intention should keep continuing till Mr. Faiz gave the zakah to the poor person. بل الآن جنابكم عندكم فلوس مع الزكاة أو عندكم غنم بدل رؤوس الغنم اللي عندكم وتريد تدفع. تمام؟ اجيتني قلت لي شيخنا أنت وكيلي بدفع الزكاة عني. خدمتكم شيخنا. أخذت الفلوس مالتك، أنت شو راح تصير عندك نية؟ تقول شنو اللي راح يدفع شيخ أمير هسه يعتبر من الزكاة، وتظل هاي النية ماشية وياك إلى أن أنا اللي أخذت من عندك غنم أو ذهب أو فضة، غنم بدل عن غنم، ذهب بدل عن ذهب، فضة بدل عن فضة، الزكاة أخذت ووصلت المن إلى الفقير، ذيك الساعة يلا يعتبر شنو المال مالتك وصل وزكاة، وانت الآن تقدر تقطع النية. قلنا عمل عبادي. It is a worship act, and you know with the worship act that the intention should be what? Continuing till the end of the act. مثل الصلاة. الصلاة, it is just like prayers. الصلاة, its intention should be from the beginning till the end. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Should be like this. If you are in the middle of salah and you changed your intention or you forgot your intention, your salah is what? Is void. Well,
in this case, if I give you the money for the
I am
zakah,
your representative.
Yes,
to deliver the zakah.
I made the niyyah.
Okay.
So since I gave you the money, I made the money.
Shaykhana, wait a minute. What does that mean? That means I am the representative. I do not have to make niyyah. This is not my responsibility. This is not my zakah. This is not my money. It is your money.
It's like when I give the money
exactly
for the alim. Okay?
Exactly.
For the mujtahid.
Yes.
My role it's ended till since I give him the money.
That's it.
About what the representative do
Shaykhana,
the money is
the
not my
alim,
responsibility.
the mujtahid, excuse me, the alim, the mujtahid, he has what? He has agreement from the poor person to receive the money instead of them. عند مأذونية من الفقراء أو هو مولى على الفقراء إنه يستلم عنهم شنو حقوقهم. فما يحتاج أنت من الطيتية كأنما وقعت في يد الفقير.
Yes. What about the other one, the representative, normal representative?
The representative, he is not hakim. He does not have this permission.
My question is, should I follow him? Did he may deliver the money, for example, to the poor or not? Or just I give him the money, made the intention, that's it. My role has ended till now.
How it comes you gave a money to a person you are not trust?
I don't know what about in his heart, maybe.
You cannot give him this money in such a case. Even with a small doubt, you cannot give him the money.
You know, the Satan is right there, so he can manipulate the mind for everyone. So is he a good person? For example, I give the money.
If he doesn't pay the money, you have to pay again.
Oh.
Yes.
This is a problem.
Yeah, it is not a problem. It is your problem. You have to check, first of all, to whom you are going to make him your representative.
So this step should I make sure?
Yeah.
I intend to give the zakah money for Sheikh Ameer, so I cut it off now.
Okay, khair, inshallah. Yes. Issue number 1900, we have two issues. Issue number 1966. If a person appoints someone as his representative to give away the zakah of his property, he should, while handing over zakah to the representative, make niyyah that whatever his representative will later give to a poor is zakah. And it's better that his niyyah remains constant till zakah reaches the poor. We've explained this. Last issue, 1967. If a person gives zakah to poor or to the mujtahid without making the niyyah of qurba. Look, he gave zakah to whom? To the poor person by himself, or he gave, as Sheikh Karrar said, that he gave zakah to whom? To the mujtahid. It will be accepted as zakah, although he will have committed a sin for not having the niyyah of qurba. Look, he just gave the zakah and he gave it to the deserved one, to the poor one, without what? Without niyyat qurba. Just give him his right. Or he took the zakah from his bucket and he gave it to the mujtahid. He gave it to the mujtahid. But without what? Without the qurba. Now, is this enough? Yes, this is enough. But in spite of that, he has committed a sin. What is the sin? If you remember from the beginning, we mentioned that this is a worship act, and each worship act needs what? Needs intention. Needs intention. And later on we explained that this intention should continue and stand till the poor received the money. This person, yes, he made half work. What he did, he gave the money to the poor, but without intention. So his act is correct, but he has committed a sin. Any question? Yes, Sheikh Faiz.
Is the mujtahid allowed to release, postpone, or reduce the amount of zakah or khums? Is he allowed? For example, if someone lost the money while he was on his way to the mujtahid, and he is no longer able to pay zakah, not anymore. Or some person has to pay zakah, but he doesn't have enough money. So is the mujtahid allowed to reduce, postpone, or release that person from the zakah or khums?
This is your question, Sheikhna? Okay. Look, when we say is he allowed or if he gave a permission, that means he is not acting by himself. The jurist is not acting by himself. He is acting according to the laws, the orders that he has studied. You understand this? Once it happened here in Karbala, one of the visitors, I think he came from India, and he came to Hadrat Imam al-Hussein. It was during the time of al-Mujaddid al-Shirazi. Some tricky people, they noticed that this visitor has a money and he wants the Sayyid Shirazi, al-Mujaddid Shirazi, to give him the money. So they make what? They make a fake on this person, and they told him, yes, we will take you to Sayyid Shirazi and you give him what? You give him the zakah. He believed them. So he took him to a house, and there were a Sayyid sitting in a place, and pretend to be Sayyid Shirazi, and this person was so happy and glad to hand the money of the zakah or khums to a Shirazi. The next day, this person came to Hadrat Imam Hussein, and he heard that Al-Mujaddid al-Shirazi is leading the prayers. And he came to say Salamun Alaikum to Al-Mujaddid al-Shirazi. And he thought that Al-Mujaddid al-Shirazi is welcoming him. Why? Because yesterday he gave him good money. But when he came to Al-Mujaddid al-Shirazi, he said, this is not the same person that I gave money last night. Then Mujaddid Shirazi asked him, what's wrong with you, my son? He told him his story. Then Mujaddid Shirazi told him at that time, don't worry, I received the money from you and everything, no problem with you. Okay, you can go. You can go. Because really he does not have problem. But he is a stranger, and those people, they deceived him. You see? But now your question is that the jurist himself has the right to say yes or no, or to postpone. He has the right, but I'm telling you, he is not acting by himself, but he is acting according to the rules. The rules only.
You mean that it depends on the mujtahid himself, whether there are some rules or resources he follows, allows him or not. Some of them say that we are allowed, others say no.
Yes, it is belong to the jurist himself and according to the his laws. All right? والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل